Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, helping you get your message to market. And in this episode, I'm joined by Kate Bagoy, who is a Forbes Council business coach and the founder of sixfigurefreelancers.com. So, Kate, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
Hey, Tom. Thanks so much for having me today.
Thanks for coming. And whereabouts are you in the world right now?
I am currently located in Tucson, Arizona.
hmm Perfect. And if I've done my research correctly, am I right in thinking that you've spent the past 3 or 4 years traveling all over the world running this online business? And was it 25 countries you've spent time in?
You are pretty correct. I think it was 25, might have been more or less.
Yeah.
But yes, I spent about 3.5 years traveling fully nomadic, just me in a suitcase.
Wow.
And then I've been kind of half-time nomad for the last 2 years.
Perfect. And so that because of your adventurer background, you like getting out there and seeing the world?
I do. One of my favorite hobbies is travel. I'm really inspired by
Yeah.
travel, and my sub hobby is photography. And so the opportunity came to travel. I initially started traveling with a company called Remote Year on
Nice.
one of their itineraries, and then I
hmm
just kept going on my own.
Perfect. So probably lots of incredible stories to share.
There are some good
Um,
ones.
but first of all, let's take a quick look at what you do. So I've got here that Kate helps freedom-focused tech and corporate creatives to escape the 9 to 5.
Yep.
And clearly you've got a background in both your business background with your MBA and also in UX design, which is pretty
Correct.
cool. And you've also helped more than 50 startups and coached over 1,000 consultants through starting an online business.
Correct.
Amazing background. And the title for today's episode is How to Build a Six-Figure Freelance or Consulting Business. And Kate's going to show us how to do that in just under 7 minutes.
Ooh.
So, Kate, the first question for you is who are your ideal clients?
So my ideal clients are what I call creative corporate burnouts, whether or not they're actually designers or copywriters. They're idea people, usually mid-level career, and they're just dying to get out of the 9 to 5. They're sick
Got
of
it.
all the corporate BS, and they want to do their own thing, but they're overwhelmed at the thought of giving up that salary and starting a business.
Got it. And so they maybe feel a little bit stuck. And what's the biggest challenge that they face when they're stuck in this situation?
The biggest challenge is really fear, although they might not think that that's what's going on. What happens is our fear manifests in different ways, like overcomplicating and overthinking things and failing
hmm
to act or avoiding the actions that we need to do. So the biggest
Yeah.
biggest challenge really is their fear and their mindset.
And I guess with this fear or limiting beliefs or this little mindset that's holding them back, what impact does that typically have on their lives or in fact their business or success?
Oh goodness. Well, it's a complicated issue, but first thing is they're usually really burnt out in their corporate job, so they're just kind of going
hmm
through the motions, and then that leads to this kind of apathy after work and the inability to prioritize the things that actually make them feel good or that will get them closer to the business that they want. And oftentimes, what I find is that the people that I work with they're very intelligent, and the unfortunate thing about being very intelligent is you tend to really overcomplicate things.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they spend a lot of time thinking rather than
hmm
doing.
Got it. Yeah, perfect. And I guess they spend this time thinking they're stuck, they're overthinking, like you said. Now, what's one valuable piece of advice that you might give somebody who's stuck in this position that might help them solve that problem?
Yeah, keep it simple. Get
Yeah.
hyper focused on the client that you want to serve in your business, what you can do for them better than anybody else does, and then choose one marketing method to focus on for the first 3 to 6 months and go all in on that. One of the greatest ways that people overcomplicate their businesses in the beginning is they try to be all things to all people and build an amazing $1 million brand, and you really don't
hmm
need that to get started as a freelancer or consultant.
And that focus and prioritization is so key because we sometimes get stuck with the shiny objects, don't we?
Oh,
The
yeah,
new best thing to go after, and ultimately it
absolutely.
distracts us from actually getting results and taking good
Mhm.
action. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Uh, Okay, perfect. So I guess with all this experience, knowledge, information that you've got, is there somewhere we can direct people to get access to your free resources or value that you can share with them?
Yeah, you can just go to sixfigurefreelancers.com and you can opt in
hmm
and you'll get access to our freebie portal with a number of resources and free trainings.
Awesome, perfect. So I'll put that link in the below this audio or video, and that's sixfigurefreelancers.com, and obviously you can access the content from there. So going slightly off topic now,
Mhm.
what would you say is your greatest failure that you've made either in life or business, and what did you learn from that failure?
I like to tell people that one of my superpowers is doing things the hard way. I've
Hmm.
always learned the hard way. And so I've had a lot of failures, but they're all learning opportunities. I
Yeah.
would say the biggest mistake that I made in business was when I started this coaching business. This is my second business, as previously a six-figure freelancer. But when I started the coaching business, I did exactly what I talked about earlier. I tried to build this $1 million brand. I tried to emulate all these coaches that were really successful. And then I made a really bad investment and hired somebody for like 5 grand to run Facebook ads. And I
Well,
ate through most of the budget that I had to build
of
that
course.
business with zero results. So I think the biggest failure is investing in the wrong things at the wrong time, and then sticking to it because it was like, well,
Mm.
somebody told me I should do Facebook ads. So we're going to let these run for 3 months, even though nothing was happening.
Yeah, got it. And I guess this decision you made, is that something you made on your own? Did you have a business coach at the time or a mentor?
At the time I did it, I had gone through a business coaching program with a mentor who was probably not the best person to take
Mm.
business advice from in
Yeah.
hindsight, but I didn't know
Mhm.
that at the time.
Yeah.
We're naive when we're starting, and I've since corrected those mistakes, and now I do things a little more authentic to me instead of listening
Perfect.
to the gurus.
Yeah, perfect. Excellent. Great. And finally from me is interestingly, what's one question that I should have asked you that would also give great value to our audience today?
I think probably the one question that I would love to answer would be, what's the best investment you can make when
Yeah.
you're starting a business? And to me, I think that's anything that increases or improves your mindset and your resilience. So, whether
Mhm.
that's coaching or an event where you can get fired up and inspired about your business, investing in yourself is always the best investment you can make.
Perfect. And that's ultimately the foundation that we build our business from is our own mindset and yeah, center.
In
Perfect.
my humble opinion, your mindset
Yeah.
is really the number one key to your success as a business owner. It will either make you or break you.
Great. Completely agree. And Kate, thank you so much again for your time today. I've really enjoyed speaking with you and hopefully we can catch up again soon.
Thanks so much, Tom. I appreciate you having me here.